because this is, in a sense, waiting to see who will respond to that. And different hybrid will be respond to yourself in the dream, in the wake-up dream, more and more. It makes sense to you? How are you doing today?
Very well.
That's exciting because physically not much people, but this is going to be an advanced class for a long, long time that you forgot about your existence on Earth. We're happy here, and we know that few people did the exercise that we showed last time. Seed of life, flower of life, the two circled, Bacchus Pisces. The point of doing this, in different dimension, people are doing it, still doing it. It was to make you realize that everything you're doing and everything you can see in your reality, it's basically looking you back, because everything exists from your point of view. It's just to help you to understand those things. Whatever it's a fridge or it's a bottle of ketchup inside the fridge, it's looking back to you. It's part of your own consciousness. This is just to practice you before you move the shift to the reality responds to you very quick. Many people sense that the speed of reality, it's going faster and faster, but really you start to perceive more of it. You start to smell dimension, because dimension have a smell into it. Sometimes it's sweet, sometimes it's more honey swell. Doesn't matter. You might feel it, you perceive it. That was the point of view of that. Today we're going to stretch that exercise for maybe both of you, maybe more later on, to start to draw something that we are in charge to support. It will be the Phoenix of light on a piece of paper. And look back to that, draw the Phoenix of light back to you. And you're going to have a few ships surrounding that Phoenix of light. And you will imagine there are Pleiadian around the Phoenix of light ship. That will become more and more in your reality. More you act on it, more you will respond to you, because this is, in a sense, waiting to see who will respond to that. And different hybrid will be respond to yourself in the dream, in the wake-up dream, more and more. It makes sense to you?
Yes.
Have fun with that. You can use straw to design that. Make sure you get 6 circle as light, 3 on each side as the triangular, as the Phoenix light ship. Play with that, and we will see how the energy responds to you. Please, some Pleiadian want to tell you something. We spoke with many spirit beings. Many spirit beings are listening to it now. People think that the Pleiadian use technology to blast your earth with a specific frequency. It's not really true. What they're doing, they're sending unconditional love and waiting for you to match that love, that you can interact with them. Because they're not here to force you to change. They're just waiting for you to update yourself. And again, what is unconditional love? For thousands of generations, your ego had emotion, belief system, what love means to you. Because sometimes many people want to, oh, that person give me butterfly in my stomach. That means it's love. That means it's high love. I am love. Again, it's a concept of the ego. Nothing wrong with this. But you will set up your life around that. And if nobody gives you butterfly, oh, they're not interesting. This is not love. But sometimes that love need to look familiar. Doesn't matter if it's good or not good for you. You will follow that direction because the butterfly came from the belief system, trigger you in that direction. But when you understand the nature of your existence, it's already pure love. It makes a lot of difference when you Move in your life with the idea. Of course, you will have preference from your own agreement to meet different soul, different shade, different person, but it's all about belief system. This is why it's very important when you raise your frequency. And right now we talk about the nervous system is on the roof because you hold on the belief system that it's old fashioned. The new fashion is let's go those beliefs who stress your system, allow you to be smooth and realize nature, the trees, the plants. Because when you look 1,000 different plants, they're all beautiful, but some of them are less beautiful than others. But the beautiful plants on the side of the ugly one, if you want to call it ugly, doesn't judge that ugly one. He see themselves as a plant, as a part of the whole. And most human doing this. That plant give me butterfly feeling. Oh, that's pure love. Pure love is your natural state without doing anything. And this is the most challenging for the human system right now to understand that, because the mind needs to attach itself to something that is good for me. This is pure. Oh, I'm very important with this because this. All those concepts have to fly out. They try their best to run away from you. People keep them and get tired, pain. They don't know what to do anymore. They don't know who they are anymore. Has to go. They want to leave. Let them go. It's a gift they try to do to you. They want to go. They want to be free from you, and they want you to be free from them. Does it make sense?
Indeed. Yes.
You will see the earth will reflect Pleiadian and 4 density and pure love as they are. You see, they always in butterfly in the stomach with the nature of existence itself. This is why those civilizations live as harmonious as one marriage. It makes sense?
Yes. Yes.
But if you can't, just draw the Phoenix of Light with Pleiadian around and see how do you feel with that. How do you feel? Put this under your pillow. See what feeling you get back from that and what direction it will lead you. And at the same time, I prepare myself to come in physical form on Earth. And of course, I tell you, we're going to meet in the future, me and you.
Excellent.
They have one in charge of the video tonight. That's some specific group of beam of light who transform themselves from dark to light from the Orion system that they're working with you right now. That's what them want to say to you. Pay attention to them. They're there. They're helping you. They're supporting you. They
Thank
said you
you.
can do it. You can do it. Right now, you
Sure.
can do it. Whatever you want to do it.
I have always been very interested in their wisdom that elevated them from great density to light.
Yes, they said they were able to transform that. Here, it's nothing. They're with you. Do it. Do
It
it.
is. Thank you.
Don't
Thank
put
you.
your feet on the brake.
Yeah, thank you. But the message from the Pleiadians touched me too today, because I received yesterday and early this morning some messages from a Pleiadian contact, and I'll just do one sentence here that was given to me. You are now ready to embody the aspects of us that walk as a bridge.
It makes total sense. You understand? They're waiting for you.
No,
They know you can make it. They're waiting for you.
It makes total sense. Yes, indeed. Thank you.
Do you have any question? We have time for 2 more questions. After that, I have different meeting, guys. Okay.
I have one about this. Seth in our Earth realm discusses the families of consciousness, and there are 8 of those that I believe. But is that like a template that exists in other realms as well?
It is. It is. Every expression is a different template. Most of the time, the people you're going to surround, most of the time, are not part of your soul agreement, because you grow more with a different soul energy. But you're going to go back to spirit with your own family, in a sense. But most of the time, the people you're going to meet and fall in love are part of different soul. This is how you grow here. That makes sense? We need more question.
Yes, I was.
Yeah,
I
go
was.
ahead. Go ahead.
I was just going to say I was referring to more the families of consciousness, like general roles of incarnates in the Earth realm. And I don't know if that is like a template for that's used also in other realms. So those particular roles occur in theirs. Like the Sasani have explorers, they have teachers, they have different roles. And I don't know if that applies to other races. I guess that's what I was getting at.
In a sense, it works like, yes, everybody have a template. And as well in the spirit world, because you need to create a template to have an experience with actor, you see, in a different form. The Sasani, I have a guide, spiritual guide as well, you see, as like everybody, because it's always below, some higher, some lower, and some higher want to see what's going on lower here, and vice versa, you see.
Yes.
And your blueprint send information to you, but you send out as well the information to the blueprint. It's a one way. It's not only one way. It's one way, this way, this way, this way. It's a constant. But at the same time, you have a different template with different soul. Right now, like a map, like a puzzle.
Thank you.
And right now, you might remember, you might dream about different template that you play at the same time. But right now, the most important thing is to find every little puzzle that is connecting to you in a positive way to lead you to that bigger picture.
Thank you.
And in a sense, I know it's look weird, but it's one spirit playing that game, see, in a different level, different point of view.
Thank you. There's many streams and they're all coming.
We use the color blue because the blue color, it's a very healing color energy with very soft and calm. If you boil a soup or water, it's boiling, chaotic water, very shaking, and you had that water with that soup in a calm ocean blue, the warm, the boiling, cool down. This is why we give up that blue energy, to calm down the energy when it's going crazy. Please understand, you're very close to the end of a 40-year cycle. When the energy of negativity hit the pinnacle, because it will, after that it will shift to zero positive, but it need to hit a maximum before it's doing this. It's coming. Stay positive, stay light. Let it go what it doesn't serve you anymore. But again, some people will like to experience that shaking energy. Some people are here for that. Be there for them. We're going to use an example very easy because the channel is a technician. When you unplug a battery, a terminal battery from a car, and you touch the post, you see sometimes a big spark because you light up the system, right? Did you ever have that experience?
Yes.
Yes.
This is the best example because the spark is the negative. Hit the maximum until you hold the terminal solid, it turns back its balance. But the spark must occur because you light up the entire system. You understand?
It's the act of rebalancing.
Yes, because the battery without positive, negative, no experience at all. You see?
Indeed. I see.
They have few hybrid children will come maybe next session. But start to imagine and draw, or maybe design with draw, just draw those ship with Pleiadian and see how where you get. And maybe we'll be able to get some hybrid children next time.
We welcome the hybrid children.
They will like to ask questions for some people.
Okay.
That would be great. Do you have any information that you can relay to us about the hybrids?
You have a few genetic connection with two boys. Lewis has something very interesting. Lewis, you will open up a door that a little children, a gray bean, want to meet you more and more. He will exchange with you a life you had on the planet Mars long time ago. That you still have that connection, but you're not aware of it. It will help you to bring that thing up. He said it's important for you. That's it, what we got tonight.
Thank you. I will follow on that one.
He said, add him on the drawing if you draw something.
Thank you, Azurite.
You're welcome. Well, we'll see you next time. Have fun with whatever you can.
Thank you. Joy and fun.
Yes.
The children are joy, and they're here to activate our joy center.
They're very excited and very energizing. Be ready.
Yay.
You will need to breathe more air to follow them.
I understand that part. I have it in real life, that's for sure.
Because some of them don't sleep. They will wake you up at night. They want to play.
I welcome that. I really do.
They might dig a hole. They might dig a hole in the garden all night long.
Yeah. It's a good place to go with them, that's for sure.
Yes.
I did not think about that aspect.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
And you might say, what the heck happened with my garden? And they're going to laugh. They're going to laugh. Full of mud in their face. And you're going to start to laugh. And you're going to start to live very high. And all of you are going to eat carrots in the garden by laughing.
And just
that's a joke for them. It was a joke from him.
Okay, thank you.
Well, we thank you and we talk later on, right?
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you much. Love
Have
you.
fun. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Patrick.
Yes, thank you.
You're always, like the Forrest Gump box of chocolates. You always bring new chocolates.
Yeah, yesterday was like, I don't know, somewhere I'm probably a joker. It was so fun yesterday.
It looks like that takes you a lot out of you, the Azurites.
Yeah. Now it's going to take me a week to deal with that.
Wow.
Yeah. So I didn't know this, but there's many other schools of Sirians. And I think the last time I was counting what was coming, 7, 8 or something of that sort. So very interesting.
Yesterday we talked about that. And if you take the example of the school, how many classes in a school, you see? And that school can be a bubble of consciousness or a soul with many classes in it. And right now, some people, they're just like, they have too much class at the same time. They don't know what to do. Like I said, maybe you don't need all those class. You know, if you go to school, you might say this class, not this year. Next year, maybe. I will go with this one. And they're all good, you know. It's not because one is better than the other one, but sometimes to have them all at once is too much.
No, the way that I felt it is that some of them could be concurrent in some sense, but some of them are sort of one step needed first. So you go to that one first, and you get some foundation, and you move here. You may go back there again later, but you know, then that's kind of there's an interplay, a weaving that needs to take place.
It's true.
And
It's
that if
true.
you take the model of, you know, learning, but the model that I personally feel is the model of remembering. And, you know, somebody puts a picture in front of you from 30 years ago, 40 years ago, and you were with some friends or something. And the more you look at that picture, the more layers of remembering come to you that you would have not remembered. If somebody would have said the name of a friend of yours, you may remember something about them, but the picture and the interaction and all of that gets relived because it exists. You know, if you allow yourself to focus, you know, with it. So I see it as that, you know. And you come back to the picture later and you get some more, you know, of that, you know. Oh, I remember Joe was going through this in his life. You remember details that it's just like amazing. Same thing,
It's true. It's
same
true.
concept.
Yeah.
That's what I get. But
Yeah. You know, yesterday I think I was 4 hours with the group. We practice breathing, and we don't know how to breathe. You know, everybody was agree with that. We don't know how to breathe. And when you breathe very deeply for a few minutes, your body kind of can't breathe anymore. Like it's a training process. But my God, you change your mind and everything when you really do it more and more and more. But most of the people are just out of breath all the time.
you know, one of the things to me when I start breathing is that right away I can see if my breath doesn't kind of flow reasonably. I got an issue I need to work with, and the breath will help me, you know, work that issue. But the issue is something is breaking my life force, something is breaking my life stream, uh, basically. And I think this is what happens to a lot of people. Uh, I often do in a one-on-one with people, I ask them to breathe deeply. And then I say, you must hear the breath, or else you're hardly breathing. And most people do not understand that. And when they try to breathe deeper, they feel they can.
It's true. I see it yesterday. It's 100% true. 100. I started a year ago because I was going to jump in ice water, and I realized I didn't know how to breathe. Like if you go to the cold water, you have to a different technique, and if you do it, it's easy to do it. And different breathing is for a different thing. But just the fact to get involved in that and consciousness, it's changed everything. And my mind one morning said, I don't want you to breathe anymore. So it was my ego because he was losing control of me. He didn't like it. But me, I started to feel very different. But it's interesting that the
It's
interaction with your psyche is going on when you really breathe in and come
very,
down.
very important. It's almost like a feeding a very low quality fuel, and then you must operate at a very low level. You don't have the power to activate all the things that you are, and therefore it's easy for it to be totally out of balance, and that becomes norm, you know. So it's not a good thing in any sense.
Oh,
A
no, no.
turbocharger.
Yeah. And how many times my mind said, you're not going in the ice water. My mind said that. But when I come down, my body know that he can't. And it's easy, but the mind can trick you. Like that's sometimes we're very busy with ourselves, you know?
Yeah,
I
I'm
still
no
have to
my
I still
mind.
have to convince my mind to do that.
Yeah, that's
I
You
could do
have
it
to put your mind
for
out of
maybe
the
10
way.
seconds, but that's it. I go in,
yes.
out.
Somehow my bucket list does not contain ice.
But you know the funny thing I learned when you watch the animal, they put their face in cold water first. And when I start to do that, the minute your face touch it, your mind relax. And now you can go in easy. If not, this look like a battle. You need to breathe and put that mind out. But if you put your face first, you're buzzing. You're buzzing.
If
And
I
it's
was
free.
if I was an otter, I would buy that. But
But that's for whatever. You don't have to do it. But you can start with a cold shower, and I tell you, it's a triple espresso. But you must just prepare yourself. Don't go like competition. It's not about getting pain. It's about going and be aware that you can do it. It's okay.
yeah, that's a good lesson. Like, I can't believe Liz just decided on a whim she ran a marathon. She didn't train for it at all, and then her husband was running in it, and they said, "Why don't you do that?" She says, "Well, I haven't run that far before, but okay." And she ran the whole thing without stopping. And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, you could just to pick up. Can you imagine?" I mean, yes, she had been running 5Ks and whatever, and sometimes longer, but that's a lot different. And just
What is it,
to
3
pick that up on the
miles?
weekend, just to pick that up on a weekend and say, okay, and just go out and run a marathon. I'm like, holy shit. I don't just pick up one day and say, I think I'm just going to go ahead and do a 15-second hurdle on the 30 yards. No, that's not going to happen.
It's a beautiful thing when you can do something then.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you visualize it and you just go, you're able to do it because you can see it happening, basically. You don't put the obstacles. You
Exactly.
don't think, I should be, I'm going to die if I keep doing this, You don't think that.
No,
saw
if
a
you think this, you're
story.
gonna die.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Go
Yeah.
check.
I saw a story that was interesting along those lines, Luis. There was a young boy, looks like he might be 13, 14 maybe, and he got into blacksmithing. And there was a competition that they had, some sort of a big one on TV or something like that, for an individual that can make the best sword, right? And so he goes to this competition and he's competing with individuals of all different ages, men, women, whatever. And he wins. And he hadn't used a lot of the equipment that was there at all. And his dad, they're on this piece, and his dad's going. So I asked him. He said, "How did you do that? You didn't know what a lot of that equipment even was." And he said, "I imagined myself winning." He said, "And then I just did the things that I needed to do to bring me to what I had envisioned. I just followed what my inner me told me to do." And he
Totally
won.
intuitively. That's and allow it to happen, basically.
Yeah, that's just amazing. And you see this many times, that people say that this is everything is possible.